Hi guys, thanks for clicking on this video and welcome to episode 12 of my Arduino tutorial. In today's video, we'll be learning how to control the brightness of an LED using a potentiometer. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Without much further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright, these are my connections. I connected an LED to the Arduino with this wire and a 220 ohm resistor, the green LED, and then to ground. I'm connected to pin 9 on the Arduino. That's one of the pins with the pulse width modulation features like an analog write. Now for the potentiometer, like I said, these two are interchangeable. The ground and the power pin for the potentiometer, those are on the edges. For the middle one, I've connected that to the analog pin A0. That's the analog input pin A0. That's where the yellow one is connected. So yeah, with this we'll be able to control the brightness of the LED just by moving the knob on the potentiometer. To be able to control the brightness of the LED with the potentiometer, we'll have to analog read the value of the potentiometer and then analog write that value to the LED to control the brightness. And remember I said in the previous video that analog reading has a 10-bit scale, that's from 0 to 1023, while analog writing has an 8-bit scale, that's from 0 to 255. If you don't know about that, you can watch my previous videos. So we have these two scales, but then want them to work together. To do that, we'll have to work out a formula. It's nothing too complicated. Once more, it's basically the same thing we did in the previous video, just different values this time. So let's get straight into it. Alright, open up your Arduino IDE and let's start writing our code. We'll have to put in write code to analog read from the potentiometer and another to analog write to the LED. So then it's in two parts, but we'll just put them together. So first, to analog read from the potentiometer, right? Let me set in the potentiometer variable. The potentiometer was connected to pin A0, and we might need a wait for a delay. I'm just coming here, start pin mode. Why did I even call it port val? That's port value. Port pin, that's the potentiometer pin. And let me set another one, port val, for the potentiometer's value. Let me just set this up. So pin mode, the pin we're connected to is port pin A0, and we're using it as an input pin. Set up the serial monitor so that we can print or display our information on baud rate 9600. And we come into the void loop, and that's where we actually use the analog read command to read the voltage. So we read from the potentiometer into a variable called port val, this port val. We're going to analog read, we're analog reading port pin into port val. So it reads port pin, that's A0, and then it reads that and stores it in port val. Alright, so we come down here, and right here we have serial.print. We're going to display it on the serial monitor. Port val. This is just it. Let me use a delay as always. Delay is wait, right? I didn't put any length. Let me use 500. That will be 500 milliseconds. That's 0.5 seconds. So yeah, it's going to, in here, I set it up telling the Arduino we're working with pin A0, which is in the variable port pin. And I set it up as an input. So we're going to be reading values from it. I set up the serial monitor, which tells the Arduino we're going to be using the serial monitor. Over here, we read port pin and store the value we read into port val. We come here and we print port val on the serial monitor, and then it waits for 1 second, moves to the next line, and then prints it again. If you don't understand anything, the previous videos, actually, in those ones, I explained it in depth. So then if you don't really get something, please refer to those. So as I turn the knob, it should change. Yep, it is 0, and now all the way to the highest 1023. You see that from this you can see the 10-bit scale, 0 to 1023. Anyways, now for the second part of the code, we're going to have to analog write the value into for our LED. We're analog writing that value into our LED, actually, I think. So that's what we're doing. Now we have to write a scale. Let me show you why we have to write a scale. Analog write. Analog write. Our analog writing to the LED. The LED is connected to pin 9. Let me set it up. Pin 9. LED pin is 9. So we have the LED pin as 9. And normally we'll have to set it up as a certain number on that 8-bit range. That's from 0 to 255. 0 being the lowest, that's off, and 255 being the highest, that's on. That's maximum brightness. I could put it at any value in between, like 200 or 125, any number in between. But now as we toggle the potentiometer, this number changes. And then here is the thing. This number is from 0 to 1023. It's way over 255. Way over 255. So how are we going to put this value? How are we going to take this value and then put it in here? If I just place it in like that, it's not going to work because 1023 doesn't mean anything on an 8-bit scale. So we're going to have to convert that. And let's go ahead and do that. Alright, hope you came prepared for a bit of math, because that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So to convert it, we're going to have to draw something like a graph. Alright, can you guys see me? Alright, let's just draw this graph. We have 0, we have our y and our x axis. We're using 2 points. We have the 0 to 1023 for the potentiometer, which is working on that 10 bits range. So then just put, I don't want to spell the whole potentiometer, so port val, potentiometer value, and up here we have the LED from 0 to 255. So over here we're analog reading 0 to 1023. Over here we're analog writing, that's for the LED val. So then 0 to 255. So if we take 2 points, first let me draw a slope. If we take a point here, the point, we have 0 here and 0 here. So over here will be 0, 0. If we take another point where the 2 of them meet, if I just extend it a bit, where the 2 of them would apparently meet, or whatever, over here, we'd have the point 1023 and 255. We have those 2 points, 0, 0, and 1023, 255. Okay, so just like that. Now, we use the formula for finding the slope of the line or the gradient. We know m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember this formula? So y2 255. Hope you guys can see y2 255 minus y1 is 0 over x2 1023 minus x1, that's 0. So sum here 255, m is equal to 255 over 1023. Yeah, it's nothing too complicated. We found a gradient. Now we're going to use the equation, the formula for finding the equation of a line, which is y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Now we know y, this y-axis up here is basically our LED value, our LED value. So let me just put it in, LED val minus y1, because y is LED val, it's equal to m. Our gradient is 255 over 1023. And we have x. So what's x? Pod val minus x1 was 0. I forgot, I should have just put that directly in there, but let's just move on. Remember y1 is 0, right? y1 is 0. So LED val, I don't need to bring this because it's 0. Negative 0 is basically still 0. It doesn't really do anything. And 255 over 1023. We have our pot val. So this are multiplying. And yeah, this is basically it. Our LED value, or simply the value will be analog writing into the LED. That's the LED value. The value are going to be analog writing is 255. That value will be analog writing, will be obtained through this formula, which is 255 over 1023 by the potentiometer value. Yep, so that's it. Let's go back to the code. Alright, so back to the code. We're going to have to input the formula. Let me put it up above this so that immediately it reads the value from port pin and inputs the value into port val. We can have the conversion happen before it even prints it to the serial monitor, and then it's analog writes into the LED. So let's do that first. I have to even set up the LED value variable. So LED val, should have put this here, and LED val. Let me just leave that like that. LED val is equal to, remember the formula, that was 255 out of 1023 multiplied 255 out of 1023 multiplied by our potentiometer value. And then we end with the semicolon. And then we come in here and we analog write LED val. That's the value we want analog write. Yep, and I put this here. So let's see what happens. Alright, done uploading. Our LED comes on. Let's see if we can lower the brightness by turning this knob. Do you see it? It's happening, and it goes off. And I turn it again. Comes on all the way to full brightness. Yep. And then it goes off again. So it works. And that's it. It's nothing too complicated. You can do it on your own or with anybody. It's a simple project. Alright, thanks for watching this video. If you didn't get anything, you can leave a comment. I'll see if I can respond to your comment and then explain anything if I can. And I'll leave some notes on my website. The link is in the description. You can check it out if you want further information. Without much further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.